Tell me the first step for completing the square, the directions you wrote down. Angel H. The first step you wrote down for completing the square? So now, we just finished the problem solving by factoring, and now we're moving to completing the square, and you wrote some steps above, right? So what's step number 1? Everyone put your finger on the A value. Class is at 1? Alright, we don't have to do anything. Awesome. Camille, step number 2. You guys are just reading the steps you guys wrote down. Alright, put your fingers on the X's. That means these we have to move across. What do we do, class? We're going to subtract. Class, what's left? X squared 10x equals 0 minus 24 is negative 24. Natalie A, what's the next step? Binomial squared. So, how do we get these to be binomials? Well, before we do that, we're going to have to put something here in yellow. In your steps, you guys wrote down we make sure the A value is equal to 1. We basically moved the C value to the other side and we kept the X's. Now we're going to add B over 2 squared. Let's go ahead and do that. B, side problem, B over 2 squared. Class, put your finger on the B value. Class, what's your B value? 10. So I have 10 divided by 2. Class, what's half of 10? And 5 squared is? 25. To complete the square, I need to add 25 to both sides. Say again? It's a B value. Okay, so in order to get our binomials, we're going to have to do what now? We're going to have to factor. Class, A times C? 25. Right here. My B value? Two numbers that multiply to be 25 but add to be 10. 5 and 5. So now I have x plus 5, x plus 5, and negative 24 plus 25 equals 1. Okay, now he said we have to write these as binomial squared. So that just means x plus 5 squared equals 1. And essentially what we're doing now is we're just solving the problem by the square root method. Class, how do you get rid of the power of 2? Let's take the square root. Partner A, tell partner B, what goes over here? Be very careful. Super careful. Remember, there's a little bit of 2 right here. These 2 will cancel with the square root, so we're left with x plus 5. But remember, when you take the square root of an equation, it should have what over here? Plus or minus the square root of 1. Raise your hand if you got that. Okay. To finish up the problem, I just need to get x by itself. I'm going to subtract 5. Remember, this minus 5 must go to the left of the plus or minus. We're going to change it. So what is the square root of 1? Two identical numbers that multiply to be 1. Everyone say 2. There are two problems right here, two solutions. It's -5 plus 1 and -5 minus 1. Class, what's -5 plus 1? -4, and -5 minus 1 is -6. Oh, we got the same two answers as when we were factoring. Now, it seems like more work, but if you think about what we did, we went from standard form to factored form. This one, we went from standard form to what? Vertex form. And that's why we complete the square.